Navigating the college admissions process. What is the college admissions process? All steps that students must take in order to prepare for and apply for admission to college. And when I talk about college, I'm not talking about what many may typically think as a traditional four-year institution or college. I'm talking about two-year college apprenticeship programs, any type of learning after you graduate from high school, any type of post-secondary training or learning that you must get. So when I say the word college, it doesn't mean four-year schools. It doesn't mean the traditional route. We're talking to students about any type of learning and quality credential that you can get after you graduate from high school. You have to start early. I work with so many students, and by the time they're seniors, they're just now starting to think about the college process. But the best thing that you can do for yourself is to start early. Make choices beginning in middle school, because those are the choices that can affect your college options later on. And also, I encourage you to take challenging classes and try your best to make good grades. And again, I've worked with so many seniors and so many juniors, and when they get their GPAs, their senior and their junior year, they don't like what they see. 2.5 or 2.1 or 2.0 or a 1.9. And it's usually when the light goes off is during their senior or their junior year in high school. But they could have made choices starting earlier in middle school and definitely ninth grade to make better choices and to make better grades. So speaking of grades, it's not about how smart you are. It doesn't matter what GPA you have. If you graduate from high school with a regular diploma, you have the option to go to some type of post-secondary institution. 9 times out of 10, good grades are what you get for doing little things like dressing out for gym class or turning in your homework or going to class. But also it is really taking those challenging courses. Now, GPA stands for grade point average. GPA is a way for colleges to see how your grades were in high school. But it's also an average, which means generally they start from your freshman year in that gym class, but that counts just as much as your 11th grade science class as well. So how is a GPA calculated? Each grade that you earn is assigned a number on a scale. The most commonly used scale is A, which equals 4 points, a B equals 3 points, C equals 2, D 1 point, and an F is a 0. So using this scale, your GPA is calculated with a 4.0 being the highest GPA you can get. All of your grade scores are added together. So if you earn the following grades in these classes, so let's say in English you get an A, that's 4 points. Social studies, you get a B, so that is 3 points. Science, a C, 2 points. Math, a D, 1 point. And in gym, because you didn't dress out, you got an F, so that's a 0. So then you calculate your GPA. We would add together the 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1 plus 0. And if you add that together, what do you get? You get 10. The sum of all of your grades, which in our example is 10, are divided by the number of classes. So in this case, 10 is divided by 5 classes, which is 10 divided by 5 equals 2. And I hope you got that right. So your GPA then is a 2.0. Because GPA is an average, each grade counts. If you decided to dress out for gym class, earning an A instead of an F, your GPA would be a 2.8 instead of a 2.0. That's a big difference. So the point is, speaking of points, the point is do the best you can as early in your high school career as possible to make the best grades that you can so your GPA can be as high as possible. Everyone's not going to be a 4.0. Everyone's not going to be a 3.0. But if you know you are doing the best that you can in all of your classes, that is what's going to count. Some school districts and colleges give you extra weight in your GPA if you take honors or accelerated classes like AP, IB, or dual enrollment. These classes might earn an extra point when averaged in, so that an A may become a 5 points, or B, 4 points, a C, 3 points, a D, 2 points, and an F, 1 point. So you get extra weight in those classes if you take honors or AP or IB or dual enrollment. So that encourages students to take more challenging classes so that the weight of your GPA can be higher. But it's not too late. If you are taking this course as a high school junior or senior, know that you can go to college regardless of your GPA or whether or not you took steps earlier in your high school career to prepare for college. No one does this alone. Everyone who goes through the college admission process does so with lots of help and support from adults and peers. You will need your own support team, so think about how your teachers and school counselors and college mentors and friends and family members can support you on the road to college. And have conversations with these folks about, what your plans are. And remember, every teacher in your school has gone to college. So although they might have gone to college 10 or 20 or 30 years ago, they know a little bit about the process and can add some extra motivation to you in case your family members haven't. Most of the time, family members are some of our number one supporters, but not all of our family members are keeping up with the trends to college. So be sure you go to your guidance counselor, your college mentor, your college advisor to get advice on the latest trends in college admissions. They should know. But remember, it is a daunting process, choosing a college, figuring out how far you want to go from home, figuring out the type of campus you want to be at, whether it's a large campus or a small campus. It gets confusing and everyone gets confused, but don't let the fear of being the only one who does not understand stop you from asking questions or getting help. If you don't understand something, show it to a trusted adult and ask them to explain it to you. And maybe you'll go to a trusted adult and they may not know. Ask someone else or get on the phone and call the college that you may be interested in and ask them to help you along the process. So let's talk about an admission timeline. And I am going to start in the 8th grade. So we're going to talk about things that you could be doing in the 8th grade or things that you should have done in the 8th grade. But again, it's not too late. But if you are in the 8th grade or in middle school, I encourage you to, 1, take challenging classes and do your best. Oftentimes, like I said, many students wait to the very last minute, that junior year or senior year in high school, to think about doing their best when it really starts in middle school. Also, think about summer activities you can do to prepare for college. If you want to be a doctor, find a summer program that has a pre-med component to it. If you want to be an engineer, find a STEM summer program across the country or maybe at a college in your own backyard where you can go and stay for a week so you can take classes to see if that's something that you really want to do. So don't waste your summer looking at TV or playing video games. Do your best to prepare for your future right now. And make sure that the classes you're signed up for in high school, make sure that they're going to prepare you for college. Again, I encourage you to take honors classes, AP classes, IB classes, and even dual enrollment classes, which means you can be dually enrolled in high school and in college and take a college class from a college professor and get college credit and high school credit. So that's where the term dual enrollment comes in. Let's talk about 9th grade, the admission timeline for 9th grade. Take challenging classes and do your best. We keep talking about taking challenging classes. Anyone can take easy classes and get an A in easy classes, but not everyone is going to take the risk to take challenging classes like those honors or AP or dual enrollment classes, because you may not get an A. But if you do, that's great, because colleges want to see that you have challenged yourself in the best possible way. It lets them know that you're willing to take a risk. Get involved in your school or your community in some way and find things that interest you. If you want to be a veterinarian, why not volunteer at your local animal shelter? Get some experience, and this helps you build your resume. If you want to be a lawyer, I bet you can call up a lawyer's office and see if you can file some paperwork for the summer as a volunteer. These are great ideas and great examples of how to best utilize your time. Continuing with the admission timeline in the 9th grade. Go on a college visit, and if you can't go on a college visit, attend a college fair, or maybe even go to a college summit. And make sure that your school counselor, your teachers, and your college mentors knows your plans for college, or even know that you want to go to college. They can offer additional motivation and additional help. The admissions timeline when you're in the 10th grade. Continue to take challenging classes and do your best. Stay involved in your community and your school. And if you have to work or take care of your younger sibling after school, that counts too. Make sure you add that on your resume and keep track of all of these activities. If you're a busy high school student like I was when I was in high school, I forgot half of the things that I used to do. So make sure you keep a record of all the things that you're doing to prepare for college. And visit a different type of college and go to a college fair or a college summit. Begin to practice for the ACT or the SAT. So if you're in the 10th grade, you may have the opportunity to take the PLAN test or the PSAT. Talk to your school counselor. Make sure that your counselor knows your college plans. Make sure that your counselor enrolls you in classes that you need to be taken to get into college. If you are really good in math and you see on your schedule that you're enrolled in a regular math class, go back to your school counselor and ask if there's an opportunity for you to get placed in an honors class or an AP class. Also, make sure that your classes are going to prepare you for college level work. The harder that you work in high school, the better it will be for you in college, because you'll be a lot more prepared. Now let's talk about the admission timeline for 11th graders. Take challenging courses and definitely do your best. In 11th grade, there should be plenty of AP or honors courses that you can take. And there's also an opportunity for dual enrollment. So when you're in the 11th grade and when you're in the 12th grade, it's when you can take some dual enrollment classes. And if you go to a school with an IB curriculum, talk to your parents, talk to your counselor, and make the decision to enroll in an IB program. That looks really, really good to colleges, because that curriculum will definitely challenge you for college. Get involved and stay involved in school activities and your family responsibilities. Now, this is definitely the time that you should go on one or more college visits and sign up for summer programs. So if you can, try to visit a number of colleges over the summer. Let's say you have a family vacation and you're driving to see your grandma Nan. On the way to go visit your grandma Nan, you may pass a college on the way. Take a little detour with your family and drive through the college campus so you can get a feel of what different types of campuses look like. So make it a family event and try to visit a number of colleges over the summer, definitely by the time you're in the 11th grade on your way to the 12th grade. Continuing with the timeline for 11th grade, do your best on the ACT and take it more than one time. Fee waivers are available if you are on free or reduced price lunch, so you don't have to pay. Also, meet with your counselor to make sure that you're on the right track. If you go to a large school, sometimes it's really hard for your counselors to keep up with each and every student. So sometimes you're gonna have to be proactive and walk into your counselor office and talk to your counselor about your schedule and about the things that you need to be doing to get prepared for college. So don't be scared to meet with your counselor. And think about the classes that you want to take your senior year as well. And many times when you're a senior, you begin to slack off because you know you're almost to the end. But don't slack off. Finish your high school career with the strongest grades possible. Even the grades that you make your last semester, your senior year, they count just as much. Prepare a resume and a list of accomplishments. And if you've been keeping up with this since 9th grade, then you should already have a great start to your resume. By the end of 11th grade, have an application game plan. Open access schools, safety schools, good fit schools, and reach schools. What do all of these mean? Based on your grades and on your ACT scores and standardized test scores, you should talk to your counselor and your college mentor about the schools that may be great fits for you, and also schools that you can get in based on your grades and your test scores. And with the power of the internet, you can do a lot of research on your own as well, even by going to the school website just to see what their requirements are as well. So have an application game plan by the end of your 11th grade. And this is a great time to start communicating with college admissions officers for the schools that you're interested in. How do you do that? You go online, find the admission office telephone number, and you can call them and talk to them. You can meet them at a college fair. You can meet them when you go on a campus visit. Or you can also email your college rep. Also, consider how you can prepare for college over the summertime. I know. The summertime, you want to hang out, you want to relax, you want to work, but don't get college off of your mind. Use the summer to prepare for college. Take extra classes if you can. Get involved in a summer enrichment program or college programs. A lot of these summer enrichment programs you can find on college campuses. And you can also work to save money for fees. And what do I mean by that? Well, you have to pay for college application fees. And there are other fees related to the college application process that you working now can definitely ease that financial burden for your family. And let's say you don't have a lot of money or you're on free or reduced lunch. Did you know that colleges offer fee waivers for their application fees if you can't afford to? I advise you to talk to your school counselor or your college mentor so you can work with the college to get some of those fees waived. On to the 12th grade timeline. There's a lot of information that I'm going to share with you here. So be prepared to write these notes down. Take challenging courses. Continue to do your best in school and do your best with your schoolwork and in your classes. And reconnect with some of the admissions officers at the college that you're interested in and introduce yourself. Complete and submit your application by November the 1st. It takes weeks to gather up a lot of the information that you're going to need for your college application. So don't wait till the very last minute. You may need recommendations from your teachers. You may need extra recommendation letters from, let's say, your coach or your voice teacher or your music teacher. So don't wait to the last minute and ask them for this information. Start working to gather this information right when you get to school your senior year. And make sure you check your email regularly. I know that your generation you all like to text, but most college admission offices contact you via email. So make sure you check your email regularly. And speaking of email, make sure that your email address is appropriate. So your first name or last name. So make sure that your email address is professional so you can use that for colleges and scholarships. and create an email address just for college stuff. So your inbox won't be inundated with a lot of different junk materials, and you can easily sift through information directly from the colleges themselves. Now, once you submit your college application, follow up to make sure that it's complete. And how do you do that? You pick up the phone and you can call the college admission office and say, "Hi, my name is such and such. I'm just calling to follow up to see if you received my completed application." 10 times out of 10, that admission office will let you know exactly what you need to do to complete your application if it's not complete. You have to pay application fees, but like I said, fee waivers are available. And apply to the Tennessee Promise. Ask your counselor for details. Research scholarships. In December, gather the information that you will need to complete the FAFSA. That is the free application for federal student aid. That is your gateway to getting money from the government, from your state, as well as from your college. Attend any mandatory meetings that you have to and complete other requirements for the Tennessee Promise. Open and read information colleges send you. That can be mail that you get in your mailbox and on your email. And log back into your FAFSA once you file taxes to update your information. And don't let your grades slip. It is so easy to catch what we call senioritis, but don't let your grades slip and don't slack. I know a student who applied to college by November the 1st, her senior year. She was accepted in December, her senior year, and she let her grades slack the second semester, and she graduated with a D and an F on her report card. And guess what her college did? They took back their decision and all of her scholarships. So your grades count. Don't slack off and don't catch senioritis. Complete the FAFSA as close to January 1st as possible. Once you complete it, log in 3 days later to make sure it is processed. And if you can't do it by yourself, ask for help. Ask your school counselor, ask your college mentor, and you can also call the financial aid office at the college that you're interested in, and they'll be able to help you as well. If you are selected for verification, get your documentation in order ASAP and turn that back into the college so you can get your financial aid package from your institution. Now, once you are admitted to a college, it is time to celebrate. Write thank you notes to the people who helped you, whether that was your family, whether that was the college admissions rep from that school, whether it was your college mentor. Be nice and write thank you notes. And don't accept an offer of admission until you see your financial aid award. There is something called the National Candidate Reply Date. It is May 1st. So technically and officially, you do not have to decide where you want to go to school until May the 1st. You have until May the 1st to make your decision, which means if there's a deposit that's required for housing or for enrollment, you can wait until May the 1st. So don't feel any pressure to make a decision before May the 1st. Once you receive your award letters, review them carefully with a trusted adult. If you have questions, call the college and negotiate if necessary. If you need on-campus housing, sign up for it soon. And don't forget to sign up for college orientation. Arrange for your final transcript to be sent to your college. And you may need to register for classes. The earlier you register for classes, the better. If you're not a morning person, you probably don't want to sign up for an 8 o'clock class. So the earlier that you register for your college classes, the better it is for you. Figure out which classes you will place into, whether that's remedial courses, and to find that out, you may have to take something called a compass test at your college. And remember, it's never too late, and every student is capable of succeeding in college. Everyone needs help, but find people who can support you through this process. And deadlines can matter a lot. So if you are a procrastinator, which a lot of seniors can be procrastinators, this is not the time to do it. A deadline can make or break a final decision for you to go to college. Good luck through this process.